Welcome, everybody, to the Trainwreck Podcast, Episode 7. We're just going to be running with a two-man crew tonight. It's going to be me and Drew because we are going to be recapping NFL free agency. And the other two pansies that host this show, they didn't want to join because they don't like sports. So it's just going to be the two manliest men on the show talking tonight. Drew, how you doing?
I'm doing good about you.
Doing pretty good, bro. I just had some really good Chick-fil-A. I was inspired by our top 5 list last week.
Oh, nice. Had a
Yeah.
burger from Flo's.
Dude, I freaking hate Flow so much.
What? Why?
Dude, every time I go in there, it freaking tastes like crap. And they're not the friendliest people either.
I have like the exact opposite
Really.
experience.
Dude, one time I went in there and they had a freaking 8-year-old running the register, and I'm like, I think this is illegal.
No, yeah, it's I believe it's her son.
Mm. But
But
tonight,
but yeah, like every time I go in there, like every once in a while, they offer me free food.
really,
Yeah,
I guess that's how it is when I go into Nutrition Stomp. I always, every now and again, I'll get a free tea or a shake. But tonight we are going to be going over our team's moves and other moves around the NFL and free agency. But first thing we're going to do, because this was going to be a me and Drew top 5 list anyway, is going to be our top 5 all-time WWE wrestlers. And I am going to start things off with my top 5. And my number 5 is by far the most badass dude to ever walk the earth, as Pat McAfee calls him, the alpha male of our species, and that is Brock Lesnar. There's nobody else in WWE that brings the legitimacy and the big fight feel. And I'll be honest, like Brock Lesnar, I was definitely getting tired of him during the run he had where he lost the belt to Drew McIntyre. But then when he left and he came back as Cowboy Brock Lesnar, oh my God, that totally made me like fall in love with the dude again. I think he's fantastic. Ever since he's had this character change, it's amazing. And he was like on my bucket list of wrestlers to see perform live, and I got to last year when I went to WrestleMania 38. And dude, just I mean, I wasn't up close or anything, but he's freaking bigger in person than he appears on TV. I'm just like, damn, like, I mean, just look at the dude. Like, if you walked right next to him, in the street or something, I'm just like, yeah, don't say anything, don't do anything to piss this dude off because he is gonna fuck your world up. But yeah, and then number 4 is an oldie but a goodie. He's probably one of the main reasons I got into wrestling just because his character is so badass. And one of Brock Lesnar's greatest rivals, and that is The Undertaker. Earlier today, actually, I was just rewatching his Hall of Fame speech. It's the greatest Hall of Fame speech in WWE history. The streak, the 30-year career. I mean, especially like whenever you all watch the Last Ride documentary, that is amazing. The Undertaker's just an awesome dude. I really like that he's pulling the curtain back. I haven't got to watch the interview that he did with Ariel Helwani, but I imagine it's gonna be a great one just because he has such an amazing mind for the business. So, yeah, that's my number 4. The only female on my list is gonna be Becky Lynch, the man, the MILF, the legend. To me, the greatest women's performer of all time. She has had banger after banger with Bianca Belair. She's having a great run right now with Lita. The matches she had against Bailey I thought were pretty good. The rivalry with Charlotte. I mean, Becky Lynch just elevates whoever she faces. I think she's better than Charlotte. I think she's the best out of all the four horsewomen. I think she's better than Bailey and Sasha. Like Becky Lynch is my goat when it comes to women's wrestling. She can go face or heel. And she's hot as fuck. That's probably the other thing too. But
yeah.
whenever like I had just started watching wrestling 3 months before her, Sasha, and Charlotte all debuted. And I remember whenever they all came out, I didn't know who they were because I didn't watch NXT, but she was the one who stood out. And I was so happy whenever she first won the SmackDown Women's Championship at Backlash 2016 in that six pack challenge because she deserved to win back then. And then when she won the belt the second time when she beat Charlotte, I was actually at the first SmackDown after that pay-per-view, and her promo there was amazing. Just the whole rivalry she's had
She
with
won that at
Charlotte.
Tulsa.
No, she won at the show before. It was at Hell in the
Uh,
Cell, and I went to the SmackDown after Hell in the Cell.
oh, okay,
So
okay.
so it was right after she won the belt. Yeah, and then just the way she owns Ric Flair's mind too with the man stuff. Becky Lynch is just amazing. And she's not even like out of her prime yet. Like, how old is she? She's still like she's 36. I mean, she could still wrestle for probably another 10 years. Like, she's a six-time women's champion, I believe. I mean, she could easily have 15 or
She's a
16.
easy. She's an easy Hall of Famer
Yeah.
pick.
I mean, she's going to be a two-time Hall of Famer, no doubt, just because she's going to go in by herself, and then she's probably going to go in as with the four horsewomen. I mean, all of them are going to be Hall of Famers. Number two on my list, and he's the only one that's still active, and I love this dude to pieces as AJ Styles. I was when the brand split first started, I was a SmackDown dude, and that was because of AJ Styles. I love that dude. He over the 20 years of his career, I don't think the dude has had a bad match. I mean, I haven't watched all of his TNA run, but even like the match he had last year against Omos, I didn't hate. Like, I've never seen AJ Styles have a truly terrible match. His feud with John Cena really got me into wrestling. His debut at the Royal Rumble is still one of the greatest debuts in the company's history. Just everything he does is so smooth. He's was a great WWE champion when he held the belt for a year. He had those incredible matches with Daniel Bryan. He gave The Undertaker the best last match that he could have hoped for. I mean, when they call
Yeah.
AJ Styles phenomenal, it's not just them saying that. The dude is freaking phenomenal. Um, I mean, I know
Not
this is
just in
our
WWE, but like in
yeah,
TNA and AEW as well. He has some really good matches over there.
well, not AEW. I mean New Japan.
Yeah, New Japan. Yeah, 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 that's the one.
Yeah, yeah, because he was in WWE whenever AEW started. But yeah, AJ Styles is just there's so many words you can use to describe him, and all of them are freaking positive. And he was also on the cover of the last good WWE 2K game. We'll see how 2K23 is, but I think 2K19 was probably the last great WWE game. And number one on my list, John Cena, the recently returned John Cena. I don't know if you watched the documentary they aired the other night about his rivalry with The Rock, but man, some of the stuff Cena did, like whenever he started making fun of The Rock and just taking real shots at him, like not like storyline shots, like personal shots. I mean,
Yeah,
John Cena, the reason he got as far as he did was because the dude has balls of steel. Like, he wasn't afraid to challenge anybody. You know, he took a big risk with the Doctor Thugonomics character, and it took Stephanie McMahon hearing him rap in the backstage area to kind of get him on TV. I mean, the dude was so close to being fired, and he is the greatest wrestler of all time. I mean, I know people will say Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Stone Cold. I mean, Stone Cold's probably 1A, but John Cena to me is the greatest wrestler ever. 16-time world champion, five-time US champion, four-time tag team champion, five-time WrestleMania main eventer. And not only that, but how he represents the company, outside of the ring, like with all the Make-A-Wish stuff he does. And he's a great actor too. Like, I haven't seen any movie from him yet that I think sucks. Like John Cena to me is just awesome. Like he is
Yeah,
the
he's
goat.
also the definition of a babyface.
Yeah. And I mean, I know that probably made people turn on him just because they thought he got stale. I never thought John Cena was stale. But the thing is, I also started watching wrestling late. Like when I started watching wrestling is when John Cena did the US Open Challenge. And that is still the most fun I've ever had watching Raw. I mean, not only that, dude had great matches with Stardust. He had good matches with Kane and Big Show, and then he had incredible matches with AJ Styles and CM Punk and Daniel Bryan and Edge. You know, I've went back and watched some of his old matches. He had a good match with Umaga. You know, I mean, John Cena had a, over 100 great matches to me, and you know, people used to downplay like, oh, he was in the ring with Shawn Michaels. He was in the ring with Daniel Bryan. In the ring with, well, it takes two to tango, motherfucker.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. Like, it's not like he's having these great matches by accident, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
he's a.
yeah.
I mean, back in the day, I didn't like him at all because how much a babyface he was. But now, like, I'm always like, he's pretty enjoyable to watch.
Yeah. I mean, heck, whenever he comes back, it's a big deal. I mean, he got me to sit through 3 hours of Raw 2 weeks ago just to see him in the ring.
I mean, you could say he's a big reason how the WWE is today,
Yeah. I
especially
mean,
with the fan base.
he was the guy, you know, after Stone Cold and The Rock, and it was kind of because he got himself over, you know. It's not like he was man he eventually became manufactured, but he started off getting over on his own. It's not like how like Roman Reigns where Roman Reigns is completely manufactured, you know.
Yeah,
And that's not
no,
taking anything
he
away
built
from
this.
Roman.
He did everything himself.
Yeah. And that's not taking anything away from Roman Reigns, but yeah, John Cena got over on his own and then became the corporate t-shirt selling machine.
I still have his spinny WWE championship.
Dude, I want one so bad. Like, I got the current belt, the current WWE Championship, and then the Intercontinental. And I saw that they have a bunch of belts on clearance on WWE Shop right now. And I really want to get the spinner, but it's still like $300. But yeah, spinner belt's fucking cool. And not only that, he hasn't done anything to embarrass himself. Like look at Ric Flair, you know, like the dude saying like, I got one more match in me, even though he just had his last match and it was horrible.
Yeah,
And you know, he passed out twice during it. And then, you know, you had Hulk Hogan who had that whole racist tirade he went on, and then you see all the lies he's been caught in. I mean, John
I
Cena,
mean, unpopular opinion, but it's gonna piss off a lot of people. He's very overrated.
who, Hogan or Flair?
Hogan.
I think they're both overrated as fuck.
I
Like,
mean, Ric Flair, I could see people justify him, but Hogan, there, hand, no.
yeah.
He got there because he cried. Basically, he was a big ass crybaby.
Well, that and him being in Rocky 3, I mean, that kind of helped. That's what really helped push him.
Yeah,
And, you know, he was a big fucking dude that Vince McMahon fell in love with.
yeah. Because if you look at his matches like back in the day,
But yeah, it was the
they're
five
really
moves of doom.
mediocre.
Yeah, it was the five moves of doom.
Yeah,
Yeah. But all right, what do you rate my list?
give a good 8 out of 10.
Thank you, sir. Are you ready for yours?
Yeah, I'm ready for mine.
All right.
You gotta give me that permission real quick.
Oh shit, I'm sorry. By the way, everybody, I just want to say thank you. We got a crap load of episode, or excuse me, crap load of views on our last episode. We got 50 actually, which is the most we've done since episode 1. So thank you, everybody. All right, Drew, it should give you access now. There we go.
All right, for 9, number 5 would be Bray Wyatt. I like his uniqueness of his character, his multi personalities. When he first came into WWE, I was really unsure about him, but when he started to develop his character, I really liked him.
Mhm.
And I really like his little demon one. His yeah, yeah,
See,
but
I
yeah,
think I have a funny idea where they can turn the Fiend babyface and start calling him the friend
the
and have him be
friend.
like, yeah, have him be like a friendly demon.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, I really like the whole Firefly Fun House too. It was to me, it was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And number four, it's gonna be what?
What?
Gotta get a hell yeah!
Hell yeah.
Fucking Stone Cold, man. His matches were really entertaining. He's fucking funny as fuck.
Yes.
You can't go wrong having a good old Stone Cold in your lifetime.
Dude, it was so
The
freaking
dude is
awesome.
like the picture of an alpha male.
Yeah.
Just go in there and just show his cock and just like everyone fucking cheers for it.
Dude, it was so freaking awesome getting to see him last year at WrestleMania. I mean, everyone knew he was coming out night one, but when he came out night two and stunned Vince McMahon and Austin Theory and Pat McAfee, I mean, you should have heard how like the roof came off Cowboy Stadium. It was amazing.
Yeah, the dude has like the coolest matches in the world.
Mm,
And for my number three, it'll be Jeff Hardy.
mm.
It's like the basically the more nostalgia. I was one of those kids that fucking took a wife beater in my back pocket and started doing the fucking dance. I was one of those kids. But no, his fucking high flying suicide kind of moves were so awesome. It's unfortunate that he gets caught with a lot of DUIs and drinking problems,
Mm,
but he's still one of my favorite wrestlers of all time.
yeah. I mean, you can separate the art from the artist, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
When he's
I
like sober, like during a match, he has like the craziest matches in the world.
yeah. I was just showing somebody at work the other day. They were talking about gauges and stuff, like wanting to get them. I'm like, well, here, let me show you something. And it was that match he had with Randy Orton, where Orton stuck the screwdriver through his ear and started twisting it.
Oh
And
yeah.
I think I talked her out of getting gauges.
Yeah, that's one way of doing it. And my number two would be Kane, the
Mm,
big red machine. His whole backstory of him, of his family getting burned alive by the Undertaker and him seeking revenge against him.
mhm,
That was a really good story in my opinion. And knowing that the Brothers of Destruction, that was like my most favorite tag team of all time.
mhm.
I didn't like when he did fucking Corporate Kane. That was really fucking stupid of WWE doing.
See, I like that just because it showed off his comedic side.
Yeah, it did. But
But
he developed the characters of Kane as being hateful and shit. It just didn't
yeah,
really fit him.
my favorite incarnation of Kane is Team Hell No with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, that was good.
The have you ever seen the clip where they're in the diner and they start screaming like no and yes and they're getting louder and louder and it sounds like they're having sex?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or when that therapy session.
Yeah, that's some of the funniest shit WWE's ever done.
No, like the matches he had back in the day were batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Especially when the match where he has to basically round the ring on fire.
Mhm. That's a underrated match of him and Bray Wyatt's careers, the Inferno match they had at SummerSlam 2013.
Yes.
Yeah, that match is underrated as fuck.
And my number one is the man himself, The Undertaker. I love the Phenom. He's the
Mm,
reason why I started watching WWE. And not only that, my probably my favorite phase of The Undertaker was the American Badass Undertaker.
mhm,
He's fucking just driving a motorcycle around the ring. Either that or the Ministry of Darkness.
mhm. I- See, everyone hates on that. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, they allowed the Undertaker like just basically just be his character,
Hmm.
as being demonic and satanic.
Yeah. 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 I think that's underrated as hell.
But like he has like the my opinion, the best Hell in a Cell match was him and Mick Foley.
Yeah.
And if you ever looked at the documentary about it, that was actually an accident.
Yeah.
And they played it off so well.
Yeah. I mean, that match is, I mean, hell, you see it every couple weeks. You'll see someone put it on Facebook or Twitter of Foley getting thrown off the cell. You know, I mean,
Yeah, because each
It's the
set is
one
like,
in.
go ahead.
It's one of the most iconic images in WWE history. Like you have Hogan slamming Andre, and probably number two is Undertaker throwing Mick Foley off the Hell in a Cell.
You know, it was supposed to happen where he pretty much choke slams him on that thing. That thing's
Hmm.
supposed to break, not completely, basically let Mick Foley hang. So they're supposed to hang and fight each other and climb down,
Hmm.
not when Mick Foley just going crashing out to the ring.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a miracle Foley did not die during that match.
Dude, that he's my honorable mention too. That
Yeah,
dude is fucking crazy.
more for his promos, actually. I really like Mick Foley's promos. His matches are good too, but he is really great on the mic. I don't know if you ever
Yeah,
watched
really.
the three-part interview he did with JR whenever he first started doing the Mankind character, but those are some of the best promos in WWE history.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Mick Foley's an honorable mention. If I had more honorable mentions, it'd probably be Triple H. I really love Triple H. It's sad that his career ended the way it did. And then he's not in WWE anymore, but Dean Ambrose, John Moxley.
Yeah.
I mean, I fucking love that dude. I don't know if you haven't read his book, have you?
Nope.
Dude, his book is really fucking good. I mean, on the first page of his book, he talks about what it's like to smoke crack. Yeah, he has so many crazy stories. There's this one, I think it's in chapter 23, where he's talking about how he woke up in a hotel room and there's this strange girl next to him, and she's like looking at him going, "Hi." And he's like, "She's fully clothed, so I didn't sleep with her." But then she like starts telling him about what happened the night before and how he got super drunk, and he's like he like yelled at this dude like, "Fuck you, Mr. Quagglecheck," and stuff, and how he just became a menace when he was blackout drunk. And then after that, he goes, "She attempts to have sex with me. She succeeds." It is so fucking funny. Dude, I don't know how much his audiobook is, but I highly recommend buying it because you'll learn a lot of stuff about him and you'll laugh your ass off. He talks about like him and Renee Young having sex on a hotel balcony in New York City after he won the WWE championship. Like it's a tell all book. He does not hide anything. The only thing that kind of sucks is he the book got overshadowed because I think the week it came out was also the week he went to rehab. So like no one
Oh,
started
really?
talking. Yeah, no one was really talking about the book. Um, they were talking about him going to rehab, so it kind of got overshadowed. But it's a great book. But I'm trying to think who else would be in my honorable mentions. One that's really growing on me right now is Gunther. I mean, this dude's on a
Yeah.
freaking tear. I love Gunther. I can't wait to see him and Brock Lesnar one day. And him and Drew and Sheamus, they're gonna have a freaking banger at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I got a couple as well. The Sting,
Sheamus, sorry.
the Sting, Abyss from TNA,
Hmm.
Alexis Bliss.
Yeah, I like Alexa Bliss. I hate that they're not doing much with her now. Like it seems pretty much like when she started associating with the Fiend, it kind of like killed her character.
Yeah. It's just
Yeah,
whenever they give her a chance, she can make a really good story.
yeah, she's a great promo. She's good in the ring. She's one of the most over women on the roster, but they don't know what to do with her. It's like,
Yeah.
and then like when they have her compete for championships, like what they just most recently did with her and Bianca, then they started getting Bray Wyatt involved. It's like, okay, why can't it be the 5-time women's champion Alexa Bliss wants to go for number 6? That's the story you can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's one thing that Triple H has kind of failed with since he took over creative is the women's division.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the only person I really care about right now in the women's division is Becky Lynch. I like Bianca and I like Charlotte too, but I mean, Charlotte disappeared for 10 months, came back and won the belt. It just proved the memes right? And Bianca's run, I've been very bored by it ever since she stopped feuding with Becky Lynch. Like, I am really excited for her and Asuka, but I mean, the story hasn't even really progressed at all. It's just every week they're standing in the ring together having a stare off. That's all that's happened with the feud so far.
I am glad they're changing Asuka's story.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how she's gonna perform as this Kana character. But then again, she hasn't really changed anything about herself really. Like you think it's like, okay, the murder clown, so she's gonna be super aggressive in the ring. But all that really happens now is she wrestles the same, she just has different makeup. So I'm hoping here soon she'll start having more of a mean streak because like she faced Carmella and it took her like 10 minutes to beat her. It's like, no, this version of Asuka should start the match by grabbing Carmella's arm and beating her with it until the match ends. Yeah, and then other honorable, excuse me, tongue tied tonight. I apologize. Other honorable mention I have is Sheamus. That dude just always puts on great matches. A lot of people, were so against when he became WWE champion in 2015. But I thought the matches he had with Roman Reigns were freaking awesome. He's going to be facing Drew McIntyre this week on SmackDown. I can't wait for that because that's going to be a great match. I mean, and then look at the matches he had last year with Gunther. I mean, Sheamus can always put on great matches.
Yeah.
The Bar, that's an underrated tag team. They would be in my top 5 if we ever do like a top 5 tag teams list.
I mean, that dude even makes Cesaro was make him entertaining.
Mm,
The dude deserves more credit.
yeah. Yeah, he's underrated as hell. I love Sheamus. All right, y'all, moving on to NFL free agency. We're going to talk about what our teams did. Mine doesn't have nearly as much as Drew's. Uh, all the Cowboys did really today was re-sign Donovan Wilson to a 3-year, $21 million deal. I think it's a great deal. I mean, $7 million a year. That's not going to be too much of a cap hit. And this dude's worth more than that to me. This dude is a great safety. He's the best safety the Cowboys have had in a long time. Gone are the days of Danny McCray and Jeff Heath. I mean, those freaking bums. We finally got. We finally got. Yeah. Hey, former Raiders legend Jeff Heath, right?
But yeah, that guy. He
Yeah.
actually did not bad for us. I can't say
Yeah.
shit.
Actually, didn't he have like a few interceptions for y'all?
Yeah, and now you think about it, I think it's like third place
That's
in our interceptions.
say about time he started doing something for somebody. But yeah, gone are the days of Danny McCray and Jeff Heath. Those are two of my least favorite Cowboys of all time. We got J-Ron Curse and then Donovan Wilson. I mean, great 1-2 combo. And then you have Trayvon Diggs in the secondary. And I don't give a shit what anybody says about Trayvon Diggs. That dude is freaking special. I mean, he's a ball hawk. And, everyone points to the year he gave up 1,000 yards. He also got 11 interceptions. And then everyone wants to go, oh, this year, he didn't have as many interceptions. But how many yards did he give up? Trayvon Diggs is freaking special, dude. He's going to get a good amount of money from the Cowboys. And now he's going to have opposite of him are is Stephon Gilmore, all pro cornerback from the Indianapolis Colts. He's 32, but he's still playing at elite level. The Cowboys traded for him today for a fifth round pick, which is a freaking steal.
Like, excuse me?
Yeah, a fifth round pick. That's all they traded for him, which was really nice because the Cowboys had three fifth round picks. So
Oh
they
my
didn't
God,
really lose.
they robbed him.
Yeah, they didn't really lose anything. His cap hit, it's going to be like $10 million, which is a little high to me. But if
That's still
he,
worth it though.
yeah, because he's only under contract for this season. And
Like,
then the
not only is he a
Cowboys,
great player, he's a really good leader as well for the locker room.
yeah, he's going to help develop Deron Bland, the rookie corner that the Cowboys had this past year, who
Yeah.
led the team in interceptions and was a freaking baller. I mean, so you got Deron Bland, you got Trayvon Diggs, and now Stephon Gilmore as your three corners. And then you got Wilson and Curse as your safeties. I mean, the Cowboys secondary is good. And then you have the line where you have Micah Parsons, Demarcus Lawrence, Neville Gallimore, Dorrance Armstrong. I mean, the Cowboys defense is fucking scary. And they still have Dan Quinn leading it.
And watch him lose to the wild card.
Oh God. Just as long as we don't face the 49ers, we should be good. But and then this is probably the best news of the day. And it doesn't have to do with us getting anybody. It has to do with us getting rid of somebody. Noah Brown's ass is gone from the Cowboys. Thank you, Jesus. The dude who is probably responsible for about six of Dak Prescott's interceptions this year is gone. The dude was on the Cowboys for 7 years, and this was the first year he had a touchdown. I
Damn.
mean,
What
yeah,
position
I
you
don't know.
play?
Wide receiver.
Oh, don't worry, I didn't hear about him.
Yeah, he was like the third string wide receiver. But I mean, he's the reason that the Cowboys had to go out and get T.Y. Hilton off the street. And the dude doesn't run fast. He's more of a tight end, really. He's like Kelvin Benjamin. He's a Popeye's biscuit away from being a tight end. Yeah. So thank God his ass is gone. I mean, he lost the game against the Jaguars. That game where Dak threw the slant over the middle and it went in and out of his hands and into a Jaguar's hand. And there we go. He's running towards the end zone and it cost the Cowboys that game and really screwed them at getting the number one seed in the NFC. I mean, yeah, good riddance. And then the Cowboys also brought back Leighton Vander Esch on a 2 year deal, $11 million. So that's what, $5.5 million a year. So that's a really small hit for the Cowboys for a quality middle linebacker. He stayed healthy this last season. He's had a good last couple of years, so we'll see how he is. He's not fully in Sean Lee territory, but he was one of the leading tacklers on the Cowboys. So it's good to have him back. It keeps that chemistry together. That's probably the weakest position on the Cowboys defense is their linebackers. Because I know Micah Parsons is technically a outside linebacker, but he's really more of a defensive end. But the Cowboys had Anthony Barr and Van Der Esch, and they both played decent. But if they can get somebody in the draft or through free agency to help solidify that linebacking core, they'll be really good there. Because say the defensive line doesn't stop the run first, you need those linebackers to come up and seal the tackles. And that's something Anthony Barr struggled with, but Lane Van Der Esch is always excelled at that. And then the last move today, actually, I think that was it. I thought there was one more. Now the only people they signed today was Wilson and Van Der Esch, and then they got Stephon Gilmore. The only people that have left so far in free agency was Luke Gilford, which he kind of sucked. Connor McGovern, he sucked, and Noah Brown, he really sucked. We still haven't brought back Dalton Schultz or Cooper Rush yet, or CJ Goodwin. And I really hope we get Goodwin back. Hope we get Cooper Rush. I wouldn't mind seeing us get T.Y. Hilton and Jason Peters. Other than that, everyone else I can do without. Dalton Schultz, I really like him. I think he's a great tight end, but We got Peyton Hendershot, we got Jake Ferguson, and they both contribute pretty well in the offense. The only reason I want to keep Dalton Schultz is because he does have amazing chemistry with Dak. But I think Dak, I mean, a tight end is a quarterback's best friend because they're basically a slot receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of tight ends, Drew, you want to get into the Raiders?
Oh my god, it's depressing to be a Raiders fan right now.
I know, dude. I about cried for you when I saw that Darren Waller trade.
It's just like why do we trade Darren Waller? And I mean, yeah, they got a third round pick, cool, but it's like there's no reason to trade him. I mean, yes, he was injured last year, but when he played, there's no one could stop him. He had really good chemistry with Derek Carr. Well, I mean, yes, we don't have Derek Carr now. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
still doesn't like stop him like have good chemistry with another quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Raiders organization really helped him like become who he is right now. And he's like, oh yeah, just get rid of him.
Well, what I was thinking earlier, like how Darren Waller was on crack and stuff, and he had a really bad drug problem before he broke out of it and became the star that he is. I'm like, Darren Waller may not be on crack anymore, but Mark Davis is. To trade him away and then sign Jimmy Garoppolo.
We are slowly becoming the Texans and sign like every Patriot player there is.
Mm.
Like,
I mean,
yeah,
y'all.
that go ahead.
I say y'all got Foster Moreau, and
Nope,
he's
they
good.
cut him.
They cut him.
Hmm.
Oh shit.
I think so.
He's still on the depth chart from what I see.
So I think they were planning to release him because the market's going to have.
Mm.
Yeah, he's projected to have a $10 million contract per year.
Damn.
Yeah, so there's another position we need to fix is the tight end now.
Mm. I mean, y'all are good at wide receiver though. I mean, you got Adams. You just guys just signed Jacoby Myers. What do you think of the Jacoby Myers signing?
That I actually like that signing. He's a really good wide receiver.
Mm.
So I hope that God the rumors are not true that they don't want to trade Hunter Renfro
Mm-hmm.
because that dude is a beast of a slot receiver.
Mm-hmm.
But I also can see him doing this, trading to the Saints. I can really see him doing it.
Yeah.
If they end up doing it, they better get a high draft pick to justify it.
I mean, that's the thing too. I mean, with y'all signing Jimmy Garoppolo, are y'all going to draft a quarterback? Because
I think
Garoppolo's
we
not going
are.
to stay healthy.
I think we are. I think
Because
that's gonna
y'all,
be our first round picks, gonna be a quarterback.
because y'all have what, the ninth pick in the draft, I think.
I think so.
I'm looking right now. Because now you have the Panthers who just traded up to number one, and I think for sure they're taking a quarterback. Y'all have the seventh pick.
Yeah, we have a high chance to get a quarterback.
So let's see. You got the Panthers. They're going to take a quarterback. You got the Texans. They're going to take a quarterback. The Cardinals won't. The Colts will. The Seahawks won't, and the Lions won't. So you guys will get the fourth quarterback off the board. Now, who is that going to be? Because I think either CJ Stroud. I think CJ Stroud and Bryce Young are going to be the first two quarterbacks off the board. Now,
Yeah,
who goes to Carolina? Um, I think it should be Bryce Young. From what I was seeing on ESPN earlier, they think it's going to be CJ Stroud. But then you got Will Levis. I don't know how you say this dude's name. I haven't even heard of him. But he's the third quarterback on the power rankings right now.
we need to draft a quarterback. It's like
Hmm.
we really need like a future.
Yeah. I mean, that and like Garoppolo's not going to stay healthy.
Nope.
So let's see. There's this one dude, Anthony Richardson, out of Florida. He ran a 4.4340, so he's fast. 6'4", 244 pounds. That's sounds like he's built like Dak Prescott. You might look up some footage of him because he might be your guys' next quarterback.
Yeah, that's awesome we need. It's a dual threat.
Yeah. Especially with Josh Jacobs. I mean, that would open up so much for your guys' offense.
Yeah.
Now, do you
Now
guys
there's
think
just go ahead.
do you guys think you're gonna get Josh Jacobs signed long term?
I don't know because Josh Jacobs was really upset when Darren Waller left.
Really?
And Devontae Adams.
Hmm.
So I don't know. So if hopefully so. If not, we probably have to get a running back next year.
Hmm.
Now this kind of like supports my idea they're probably going to trade Hunter Renfrow because they signed former Patriots Philip Dorsett.
Really?
Yeah, a known slot receiver. So I think they're going to trade Hunter Renfrow.
I mean, it's like what you were saying, Josh McDaniels, he's just bringing in all the old Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, heck, it won't surprise me if Tom Brady comes out of retirement and he's on the Raiders. Oh, you know how pissed off Garoppolo would be if that happened?
You know how pissed off the fucking Raider Nation would be? It'd be a
Yeah.
riot.
Yeah, that's a question. You think Brady's going to come out of retirement?
No, I think he's need to stay retired.
Yeah, I think this is it. I seriously only think he came back last year because Adam Schefter broke the news before him on his own retirement. And I think he did it as a fuck you thing. Like, because think about it this year, he announced his retirement well before the news cycle starts for like the day, like there's never news that breaks at 6 a.m. in the morning
Yeah.
unless someone dies. I think that's the only reason Brady came back and played this year. Because he looked at the Buccaneers and like, man, we're all old and we're gonna get injured a lot, and we got Todd Bowles and he sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
He pretty much just got everyone they can and won a Super Bowl.
Hmm.
Just say fuck you to everyone. They kind
Yeah,
of pulled
dude.
the Rams, but they did it better than the Rams.
Hmm. See, that's
I
the thing.
mean,
Like for the Raiders, I feel bad just because, I mean, y'all's division is tough now that the Broncos got Sean Payton, and then you got the Chargers and the Chiefs.
yeah, we're gonna be probably the we're gonna be last in the division
I mean, that
unless
and y'all.
fucking Jimmy Garoppolo fucking just fucking blows up this year.
Hmm. And that's the thing. Like, I know the Raiders are struggling for money right now because of the
Not
loan they.
necessarily. We had the third most cap.
Yeah, but that's doesn't mean how much money you have as a franchise.
Yeah, true.
And I know that I was reading a report a few months ago how they were struggling to pay off the loan for the stadium to the bank. And
Yeah,
so, I mean, that's the thing. The Raiders cannot afford to like not have ticket sales and stuff right now. So hopefully they can get like a superstar that can, like, if they could go out and get Odell Beckham, like somebody that can sell tickets. I mean, that would really benefit the Raiders because I think now, like, the best chance they have to sell out that stadium is when the Chiefs come to town because everyone's going to want to see Patrick
bad to
Mahomes.
say it, but that's true.
Yeah. And I imagine they'll probably rent out the stadium again to WWE for a big show. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe Survivor's. No, I think they already announced where Survivor Series is going to be at this year, but you know how they were going to hold Money in the Bank at Allegiant Stadium, and then they didn't sell enough tickets for it. Because I know SummerSlam's going to be in Detroit.
it's just they need to do something. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
our GM, I do like our GM. He's actually a not bad GM.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember his name, but yeah. Josh McDaniels, on the other hand, he's on thin fucking ice. We should
It-
never sign him. We should just kept Rich Bisaccia.
yeah, that's the one thing y'all should have kept Bisaccia because he was a great coach. And McDaniels, it's kind of proven that the only reason he's as how accoladed as he is because of Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
He's trying
that
to prove
before.
himself that it doesn't that's not true, but yeah, he's fucking signed all these former Patriots the past 2 years.
Hmm. But none of them are Tom Brady.
Nope.
Because I mean, hell, let's look at this dude. Like he was the Patriots offensive coordinator. He was on the Patriots from 2001 to 2009 whenever he became the head coach of the Broncos. He was with the Broncos for a year and a half and then got fired because he sucked. And then he was the offensive coordinator for the 2011 St. Louis Rams. And I want to say that was Sam Bradford's rookie year. And then he went back to the Patriots right after that.
And I'm pretty
So
sure that year the Rams had really bad offense.
yeah, I'm trying to find stats, but I don't got the magic touch like that to pull that stuff up instantly.
And also, it might be deja vu. He might get fired next year, halfway through the season, like he did with the Broncos.
Yeah.
The
Actually,
only
yeah, that
way to
was
save this organization is honestly firing him.
hmm. Yeah, that year he was the offensive coordinator. The Rams went 2-14. That was the year Sam Bradford was hurt.
So yeah, there's my therapy session as being a Raider fan right now.
I'm sorry, bro. I feel bad for you.
The only thing being happy in a Raiders fan that Max Schwarzby got married. That's
Really?
like the only good news so far. Him and Darren Waller before Darren Waller got traded.
Hmm. I know that freaking chick Darren Waller married. Ooh, she
Good
is
for him.
fucking
He
bad.
now he's gonna go up in New York.
Yeah.
I have Danny Dimes throwing to him.
I wonder how he's gonna do. I mean, the Giants have been struggling at tight end since Evan Ingram left
I think they got Eli Manning 2.0.
with Daniel Jones.
Yeah. He's not gonna be
No.
elite, but he'd be okay at best.
I mean, we were talking about it last week when we were looking at his stats. He only threw for 15 touchdowns, but he also, I mean, the real money in Daniel Jones is his legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he is, they call him Vanilla Vic for a reason because, I mean, he's a great speed threat. But y'all have, let's see, the Raiders have one pick in the first round. Y'all have one pick in the first four rounds, and you have three picks in the fifth round, two picks in the sixth, and then two picks in the seventh. So y'all got a lot of draft capital that you could trade to try to get someone or draft a new player.
Honestly, it was me. I probably used some of that draft capital to trade
Yeah,
because we need more star power.
yeah. Well, hell, get the Raiders GM my number, and I can get rid of a few Cowboys for you.
No, that's the last thing we need to start selling Cowboys.
Now, you want Ezekiel Elliott?
No, we got Josh
Well,
Jacobs.
no, we'll give you our seventh round pick. We don't even want any of you. If we won't want nothing, if you guys will just take Ezekiel Elliott.
Amir Abdullah is a better decision than fucking Zeke Elliott.
Ezekiel Elliott's a good center.
You already have like a somewhat decent center.
Yeah, no, he's good. I mean, look at how fat he is. He can be a good lineman. Just take him, please. Please.
Probably a third string tight end.
Yeah. He's another one. He's a Popeye's biscuit away from being a tight end. The fat fuck. I hope they get rid of him soon because, God, dude, he sucks so fucking bad. I
Now,
mean,
do
you
you
hear
think they're going to commit to Tony Pollard more,
I
or
want them to get B. John Robinson out of Texas because I don't know how Tony Pollard's going to be coming back from this injury that he suffered. That
when
and I
Tony Pollard
really just
played,
don't.
that dude was a fucking beast.
I mean, Pollard's good. I'm worried about him coming off injury, and the thing is, I'm not worried about him hitting the wall like Zeke did because Pollard's been a backup pretty much every year except this year.
Oh, another
So
news: Jacob Johnson signing a 1 year deal with Josh McDaniels, another former Patriot.
damn. Yeah, I was gonna share the screen real quick, and we're just gonna look through Ian Rappaport's Twitter. Just go over the important ones. Byron Murphy to the Vikings. That's good because they just lost Patrick Peterson, so they need another corner. And
Dude,
Byron
I really
Murphy's a good one.
wanted when Byron Murphy was in the draft. I really wanted Raiders to draft him. He was
Mhm.
fucking. He was. I saw his tape. I loved his tape.
The Vikings defense sucked, so they needed a good corner, and Patrick Peterson leaving didn't help. But Byron Murphy will be a good addition. The Panthers signed Andy Dalton. He's probably going to be in a mentor role for whoever they draft.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad deal. Good for the Panthers.
Let's
Now, the
see
49ers, who they signed? The 49ers signed
who.
Charles. Oh, okay. I like that signing.
Yeah, he's going to the Chiefs, 2 year deal, max of 20 million. So not a bad deal for him. David Montgomery to the Lions. So it looks like Jamal Williams is out of there. Which I mean, Jamal Williams had a shitload of touchdowns, but they were all from like the 1 yard line. So I mean, who
Yeah,
knows? But I mean, that's an all right signing from the Lions. I think they could do better, but let's see. Will Hernandez, he's going back to the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to suck this year because Kyler Murray's not going to be um, ready for the start of the regular season. And, they're coming in with a new head coach. I mean, I think the Cardinals might be top five draft pick status next year. And then Alan Lazard, he's going to the New York Jets on a 4 year, $44 million deal. They're doing that to try to attract that bitch Aaron Rodgers. I really hope the Jets trade for him. And then first play of the season, somebody rips off Aaron Rodgers' helmet and beats him with it. And then the Panthers are expected to host Adam Thielen tomorrow. I really hope the Cowboys try to pick him up. Chargers released their starting guard, Matt Fleer.
that's interesting.
We already got back into the Cowboys news. Matt Ryan was released from the Colts. With, I mean, the
Yeah,
dude had a
expected.
horrible year. So,
They shouldn't sign him in the first place, to be honest.
yeah. And then there's the news about Stephon Gilmore. Rashard Penny going to the Eagles, so that means they're probably moving on from Miles Sanders. Penny's a good running back. We'll see how he's really fast, so that should help complement Jalen Hurts. That should open up the read option more for them. There's more news right here about Darren Waller going to the Giants. 49ers brought back their starting center. And Michael Thomas is returning to the Saints, which I did not think was going to happen. So
Yeah,
Derek
it's
Carr,
probably because of Derek Carr.
yeah, so Derek Carr is going to have a good weapon to throw to there.
Yeah, between him
And
and Alvin Kamara.
what was that?
Yeah, between him and Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, it just depends if Kamara can stay out of prison. But
Yeah.
that's all the news. I thought there was more today, but doesn't look like it.
I mean, was it today's still the first day?
Second day.
Was it the second day?
Oh, and then the Chargers, they signed Eric Kendricks away from the Vikings. That's a huge loss for the Vikings. And then Taylor Heineke is going to the Falcons. He'll be a high paid backup for Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it.
But yeah, dude, that was free agency. We still got more to come. I'll
Yeah,
probably
I think tomorrow is gonna get nuts.
yeah. Well, because tomorrow's when the league year officially starts. So
Yeah,
all these deals are going to be putting ink to paper tomorrow.
yeah,
So, dude, you excited for WrestleMania?
yeah. They have. I think they have a lot of good matches.
Yeah, I think there's 8 matches announced so far. I
What's
mean,
this Triple H's
obvious.
versus WrestleMania?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So let's
mean, he did.
see.
He had a really good Royal Rumble. I think he might have a good WrestleMania as well.
Mm. So let's see. You got Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. I mean, that's going to be. I think that match is going to be incredible.
That's gonna be a classic.
And Seth Rollins and Logan Paul
I hope to
would.
God he beats the shit out of him.
Yeah. See, I am very impressed by Logan Paul, though. Just, I mean, I think it's because he's such a natural athlete, but he's had a great run in WWE, and Seth Rollins is a great worker. He's another one that would be on my honorable mentions. I'm a huge Seth Rollins fan. And then, see, Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley. I could honestly give a shit less about that match. Bianca Belair versus Asuka. I think it's going to be incredible. Everyone's shitting on Brock Lesnar and Omos, but that's going to be great, I think.
Yeah, I think we got two giants going at each other. That's gonna be good.
Mm. We haven't seen Brock in a match like that
Oh, there's
since.
gonna be a three-way? I didn't know that.
So I think it's going to turn into a triple threat. So it's Gunther versus Sheamus or Drew McIntyre,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's what's going on SmackDown this Friday. Is Drew and Sheamus are going to face each other, and the winner faces Gunther. I think that match is going to end in a DQ or a count out or something like that, and
Yeah,
then
they
it'll
should have
end
a
up being
triple threat.
yeah. Because we've seen Drew versus, or we've seen Sheamus versus Gunther. We haven't seen Drew versus Gunther one on one yet, but Sheamus deserves to be on the WrestleMania card, especially at the year he's had.
Yeah.
Austin Theory versus John Cena. I don't think the match will be anything special, but it's a John Cena match, so I'm just excited
I
for
mean
it.
the promos for them between the two, they've been really
Mm,
good.
yeah. Other than Cena buried him 6 feet under.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trish, Lita, and Becky versus Damage Control. Um, I don't know about you. I don't really care.
Never heard of them, so yeah.
Yeah. And then Edge versus Finn Balor, Hell in a Cell.
Now what do you think about the whole Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio group?
I like it. I didn't like it at first, but it's definitely grown on me. I think Dominic's fucking funny.
He's funny, but I don't really like the present gimmick.
Really, see, that's the thing I think is great about him.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's to me it seems a little bit awkward.
that's
That
kind
and
of
the only
that's what
reason
I
they're
think.
pushing Rhea Ripley because how fucking hot she is.
See, dude, I think she's disgusting.
Really?
Yeah, I do not find her hot at all. I freaking hate the goth look. I don't like, yeah, like I don't like girls with short hair. Like, no offense to her, she seems like an awesome person in interviews. She's funny as fuck in the interviews I've seen, and those little skits they do with her and Dominic on the holidays. I mean, she is cool. Yeah, I don't get the sexual appeal of her. I did whenever she first debuted, whenever she had the long hair and she kind of had like the girl next door look. Like when she first debuted, I thought she was fucking hot, but now she has this new look, and yeah, I don't like it at all. Like this, when she first debuted, I mean, shit. You see it?
Yeah.
Say, take your hand out your pants.
Bruh. Don't call me out at that.
But yeah, I've always been a big fan of Finn Balor. So I like that he has his own faction. It was
I'm
kind
just
of
glad
dead.
they're finally pushing him.
Yeah. See, that's one person I hope after Cody wins the belts is one of his opponents is Finn Balor.
Yeah, because he definitely deserves a belt.
I'm gonna get into the crazy news story real quick.
All right.
Man arrested after demanding $1 in bank robbery. This was in Salt Lake City, but he
Imagine
said,
getting arrested for that.
yeah, he passed the teller a note says, "Please pardon me for doing this, but this is a robbery. Please give me $1. Thank you." 65-year-old man. This is courtesy of Know Your News. Check them out, their website and YouTube channel. It's pretty much where I get all my news. They don't have a mugshot of this dude that I see. I imagine if I went to Salt Lake County Jail, I could find it. But yeah, dude got arrested for $1.
This
There's
honestly kind
our,
of like a petty crime.
I mean, hell, if I was a cop, I don't even know. And then that's the other thing. He's been adamant about going to prison. So I don't know if he was
Oh, so you
homeless.
just want to go there on purpose. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he's homeless. Like, that's the thing. If I was homeless, I would fucking like pee on a cop's car or something just to go to jail so I'd have somewhere to sleep, you know?
Yeah, it's like it's kind of sad that people kind of have to resort to that. It's like get like a warm roof,
Yeah.
at least like 3 meals a day.
Yeah. I think about that sometimes. Like, shit, I just want to go to prison just to get away from everyone. All the people that annoy me. Just be like, hey, yeah, I'm just gonna go get a DUI real quick.
Go DI, accidentally drop the soap.
If
Oops,
anything,
it's definitely not on purpose.
I might actually go to jail for killing Adam one day.
Yeah, or either
Yeah.
me or you.
Yeah. His chair's gonna squeak one too many times, or he's gonna start playing hentai on the show. And he's gonna be like, "Why'd you fucking mute me?"
I'm gonna meet you forever.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. One of us is probably gonna end up killing him one day. Actually, he'll
Oh,
probably
news from work. Lowe's is gonna
what?
be closed on Easter.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I wish Walmart was.
Yeah, according to our owner, or no,
Hmm.
our CEO, now this year we're gonna push on a good majority of the holidays gonna be closed.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah, because the owner of Lowe's is really religious.
Really.
Mm. And he believes that all employees should be off on like major holidays.
Dude, if only he would give y'all every Sunday off, then you could stay home and watch football.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but just how
Dude,
big the Lowe's is and how big business is on Sundays, that ain't gonna
yeah.
happen.
That's the thing. Like next store I go to, I'm getting Sundays off. Like if I go back to our home store, I'm getting Sundays off.
Yeah, it's like it's so far been in Lowe's. I got 10 bonuses and four
Mm,
raises,
nice.
and I haven't been here a full year yet.
I'm about to hit 5 years at Walmart coming up in June.
Nice.
I know my anniversary is 6/9, so double nice. Um, by the way, guy that I was in the orientation with, our buddy Anthony, congratulations to him and his girlfriend Lauren on the birth of their baby. Happy for you guys. I I know
Yeah,
didn't
good
he
for you,
listen?
you soulless ginger.
Yeah. I don't know if he listened to the test episode we ever did. God, I hope not, because we said a lot of gay shit about him.
Yeah. I mean,
But
offer's still there, Anthony. $20 is $20.
yeah, those big hairy thighs, they're always open.
Your red curry thighs.
Yeah. But Drew, do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No.
Well, thank you for being here. This Trainwreck podcast, episode 7. Yeah, the two other soft bitches, they didn't want to be here. I'm gonna start finding Curtis like $10 every time he misses a show. I'll be rich by the end of the year.
You
And then yeah, Adam's excuse was he wanted to play a video game.
didn't want to hear the sports.
Yeah.
So yeah, rip on them on the comments.
Yeah. The meanest one gets a $5 gift card to GameStop.
Yeah, because you exchange all your games, you at least can get some money out of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't remember it. Actually, I went to GameStop last year whenever I broke my controller, which it looks like I'll be swinging by there again because this controller's broke.
No, I'm going to Amazon to buy everything.
Yeah. That reminds me, I need to go to Best Buy tomorrow and get a capture card so I want to make my own like storylines at a WWE 2K. But thank you to everyone that watches on YouTube. Thank you to everyone who listens to us on Spotify and our one listener on iHeartRadio. Trainwreck Podcast signing out.